Willow Creek was a town forgotten by time. Nestled among rolling hills, it was a place where life moved at a slower pace. The air was filled with the scent of freshly cut grass and the sound of birdsong. In the heart of this quaint town lived Thomas Halloway, the clockmaker. Thomas's shop was a testament to time itself. Clocks of all shapes and sizes adorned every nook and cranny. Grandfather clocks stood tall like sentinels, their pendulums swaying in hypnotic rhythm. Cuckoo clocks chirped merrily from the walls, while pocket watches ticked softly in velvet-lined boxes. The air hummed with the intricate workings of countless timepieces. One afternoon, a young girl named Eliza timidly entered the shop. Her eyes, wide with a mixture of sadness and hope, scanned the room until they settled on Thomas. In her small hands, she clutched a tarnished silver pocket watch. It was broken, its hands frozen in time. Eliza's voice was barely a whisper as she explained that the watch had belonged to her father. He had been a kind and loving man, she said, her voice trembling slightly. He had always cherished this watch, and she longed to hear its gentle ticking once more. It was the only thing she had left that truly reminded her of him. Thomas listened patiently, his own heart heavy with sympathy. He took the watch from Eliza's outstretched hand and examined it with a practiced eye. The inscription on the back, "Time moves for love," was barely visible beneath years of wear. He had seen countless timepieces in his lifetime, but there was something about this one that touched him deeply. He promised Eliza that he would do everything in his power to fix it. Retiring to his workbench, Thomas meticulously disassembled the watch. He cleaned each delicate gear and spring, his brow furrowed in concentration. Hours turned into days as he toiled tirelessly, determined to restore the watch to its former glory, but no matter what he tried, the watch refused to tick. Frustration gnawed at Thomas. He had never encountered a watch that he couldn't fix. He paced his workshop, the rhythmic ticking of the surrounding clocks suddenly deafening. His gaze fell upon the broken pocket watch lying on his workbench. He picked it up and ran his fingers over the inscription, "Time moves for love." A thought struck him. Could it be that this watch held a magic beyond his understanding? He called Eliza back to the shop. When she arrived, her eyes were filled with a mixture of hope and trepidation. Thomas took the watch and gently placed it in her hands. He asked her to close her eyes and think of her father, to remember all the love and happy memories they had shared. Eliza closed her eyes, her small hands cradling the watch like a precious treasure. Tears streamed down her face as she thought of her father. She remembered his warm smile, his infectious laughter, and the way he used to read her bedtime stories. She remembered how he would let her wind his watch every night, her small fingers struggling with the tiny knob. As Eliza's memories swirled around her, a faint ticking sound broke the silence. She opened her eyes and gasped. The hands of her father's watch were moving. Time, it seemed, had indeed begun to move again. The inscription, "Time moves for love," suddenly made sense. Thomas watched in astonishment. He had spent his life consumed by the intricate workings of timepieces, yet he had never considered the power of love to influence them. In that moment, he realized that there were some things in life that even the most skilled craftsman could not explain. Some things, he realized, were simply beyond the realm of logic and reason. Love, it seemed, was one of those things.